thing is Tony's going to be hunting here all race long. Gray Ledbetter, there you see her, the young driver to certainly keep an eye on. She's going to start on the front row. I tell you what, I was talking with Jimmy's World earlier today, and he talked about how this is the first time he's ever raced. Making their way through turns 3 and 4, 19 of the fastest and best Crown Victorias in the country. Ready to go from Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. This is the Indy 800, presented by Heatwave Visual. Turn number 1, Jackson Jimmy's going to take a very tight line there, but Gray Ledbetter is holding her ground. They said it wasn't going to take long. There you see 3 to 4 wide formation all the way through the field, bumping and banging. J.H. Diesel nearly getting into the outside wall, but it's Gray Ledbetter out in front. Keep an eye on the 199 of Jim York up to second, and Jack Stan Jimmy not far behind in the 69.
Stewart has made up 8 spots in basically a lap and a half right now, and he's going to come down to the bottom of turn number 4, make a run up the straightaway.
Daytona and Talladega, that was the Pied Piper. I think you're going to see that here tonight with Tony Stewart. Look at those 1776 on the outside there, and Cletus McFarland already in tow following Tony Stewart, but Gray Ledbetter doing a nice job out front trying to pull away. There you see Tony in heavy traffic right behind the 18 of Zach Walker with Cletus right behind.
He fell way back coming into, I believe it was into turn 1. He lost a bunch of position here. To say it's over. As we talked about, she's using the middle of the racetrack. She does not appear to be overly aggressive in the line.
First 4 or 5 cars have gotten single file, but Tony Stewart and the rest of the field back in the pack have not gotten that memo. Look at that. Rush hour traffic down the back straightaway. 3 by 3 by 3 for about 4 rows mid-pack.
We watch again as they come through now 3 wide. Clean 3 wide. Jack Stan Jimmy is driving a great race. He was the devil in his
up front, 3 cars have gotten away, now make that 4 and 5 as Zach Walker trying to close in on the 69. It looks like we may have some smoke already. The 199 of York may have gotten into the wall a little bit, and we'll keep an eye on that right front tire. That seems to be where the issue is, as you see everybody else trying to sort things out. Matt from Demolition Ranch on the outside of Zach Walker. There you see Brad DeBerti trying to go right up the middle, gets around the outside of LS George, and there's a there, that was close.
Diesel's going to do a nice job working his way around the outside of the Jimmy's World car in that John Deere green paint. And JH is set up very well right now. He's going to try to use York as a bit of a pick, I believe, here as he jumps down to the bottom of the racetrack.
JH Diesel has been the man to beat in some of these oval car races here over the last couple of years. He's done a lot of oval racing aside from the Cletus racing to try to get better at these oval races. Also, starting to close in a little bit on the 28 of Gray Ledbetter, but you see the different ways that you can drive and attack this racetrack. Jim York being a little bit too aggressive there, kind of washes up the hill, and York looks like he's going to lose about 3 or 4 spots here potentially as Brad DeBerti tries to enter the top 5 for the first time. He rides just in front of the 3 of LS George, and now for Gray Ledbetter, she's got company. Here comes Jack Stan Jimmy.
Technique, a full left rudder and a Hail Mary to make it through any one of these 4 corners.
It's not working out so far, and down the back straightaway, we've got a 3-car battle for the race lead. Here you look out the back bumper of J.H. Diesel as he goes to the outside of Jack Stan Jimmy, looking to take over the 2nd spot. As you go double box here, there you see Cletus hard at work, trying to get to the inside of the pile for the Eastern as we've got a new race leader, J.H. Diesel.
We talked about before the race, and he is living up to all the hype that we gave him. He's multiple car lengths up now as we watch in the back straight. Tony Stewart makes a move around the outside of vice grip Derek, and now he's going to try to carry it around the outside. Oh, he's going to get forced up high.
Opening up a little bit of a gap back to the 28. There you see Stewart and Derek from Vice Grip Garage trying to battle on the outside of the 3 of LS George. Now you get to see some of the drivers that were faster in qualifying now starting to kind of work their way up through the field. And all that big 99. I'm surprised they were able to continue that thing going. But Jim York, I mean, if there's a car that's going to be begging for a caution and hoping it's not him, it's going to be that 199.
That is a fact, and a great save by Cletus there, because that thing did have a little bit of yaw coming off that front straightaway. As we look back now, in the 6th position is Stewart. In the Jimmy's World front, in fact, the guy who said he had never driven on an oval before is acquitting himself very well running in the front of his pack.
Tire here sooner than later. Give a shout out here to J.H. Diesel, the way he worked his way up through the field. Now you get to see how much he pushed through the field, how much now can he save, how much can he conserve more contact, as the 199 looked like he may have caught the outside wall that time and might be coming to pit road, and it looks like Jim York is going to bring the 199 to pit road. Take a look at 70 up on the board, and we've got 10 laps to go in this one, as Tony's just got to be having so much fun. I mean, think about it. When's the last time Tony Stewart was on an oval in the last few years? Whether it was a sprint car, or any kind of a, certainly hasn't been a cup car in quite a while. But for Tony, he's been so dead set focused on becoming a top drag racer, which he has done. Doesn't matter what type of car you put Tony Stewart in, but for him, this has got to be really enjoyable, and he's got to be having so much fun getting back behind the wheel of the car and ripping it around IRP.
Yeah, and we're just going to take a look back at the rest of the field here, because there are still some battles for position going on there. And Derek Vieri continues to be a thorn in the side of Zach Walker. That battle for number 2 is going to come down to the wire over these last 9 laps.
What redemption it would be for Derek to be able to come back from the misfortune that he had back at the Freedom 500, to come away with a top 3 or possibly even a top 2 finish here and say that you were the runner-up to Tony Stewart. But still, anything can happen. And I mean, Tony's not slowing down anything. And the last few times I've been watching, he's been almost drifting that car through the corner, getting that right rear kind of sideways a little bit, kind of seeing how much he can lean on that right rear and how much he can push it. And it's opened up enough of a gap here to where, I mean, he's really got almost a full second now. Yeah, more than a second now over Zach Walker. So Tony pretty comfortable where he's at, and you see Zach Walker just trying everything he can to try to keep Derek from Vice Grip Garage behind him in 3rd.
Jack Stan Jimmy once again with clean racetrack. He has spent the majority of this race with clean racetrack in front and behind him. He is sitting in 4th. And a yellow in the brake pedal and the gas pedal at that point, right? I'm about 3/4 of the way down to the deck with a little bit of brake pedal under me, and off we go.
And you see Zach Walker kind of getting pretty far out in front of Tony Stewart here. We're going to be very curious to see how this restart is ruled and judged here, because Tony definitely kind of laid back a little bit there, but is doing a nice job. Here goes from Derek from Vice Grip Garage on the inside.
No way.
Wide battle for the race lead.
Look at the 2 of them back there in 2nd place. Stewart has established a little breathing room, but Vieri is still on the inside. He's got a fender on the quarter panel of Walker.
Stewart gets away, but Walker and the 1776 of Derek from Vice Grip Garage not giving up. Jack Stan Jimmy and Brad DeBerti lurking behind them in 4th and 5th to the line. 6 laps to go for Tony Stewart.
You can see Walker carrying more speed. He was much later on the brake there. Got the car pitched a little bit sideways. He's maintaining a good distance, tighter than he normally is to Stewart coming out of 2.
Zach Walker that last time a little bit faster than the 1776 of Derek from Vice Grip Garage. As again, we'll get to check to see how things are going up front here as Walker continues to show the way. We're seeing here, I believe Tony Stewart might have had an issue here with his transponder not picking up all time. So Stewart technically is definitely not showing up on timing and scoring, but just 5 laps away from trying to hold on as Walker continuing to run in 2nd. There you see Brad DeBerti trying to make a move to the inside of Jack Stan Jimmy. That's for 4th, and here comes Cletus. Cletus trying to get as good of a finish as he can. He's struggled a little bit in these Indy 800 events, not getting the results that he would hope for. Trying to get his best Indy 800 finish.
They're into each other.
As DeBerti and Jack Stan Jimmy bouncing off each other down the front straightaway, and Cletus with a front row seat.
Cletus unable to capitalize. They're into each other again. DeBerdy's around Jack Stand Jimmy. Now Cletus going to make the move to the inside. Hammer down. He's going to put a nose on Jack Stand coming out of the second turn. Jimmy's going to have a little bit more momentum down the back straightaway, and he's going to hold off Cletus for the time being. You see the battle for the race lead on the left of your screen. Right side, that is the battle for fifth. Jack Stand Jimmy trying to get out of here with a top 5 effort and hold off Cletus McFarland. 3 laps to go, Tony Stewart out in front. Big lead built up over the 18 of Walker as he tries to bring it home these final 3 laps. And again, you can see Cletus trying to make a run up on the backside of Jack Stand Jimmy here. But Jimmy, again, this race, the best we've seen him drive in some time, and he's just trying to conserve himself. A nice top 5 finish here. But Cletus going to do everything he can in his power to knock him back to 6 over the course of the next couple of laps. Here comes lap number 78.
2 laps to go for Tony Stewart, driver out of Columbus, Indiana, a 2-time winner of the Brickyard 400, 2-time Chili Bowl champion, a former pole winner of the Indy 500, and a multi-time winner at this facility in all sorts of racing, looking to try to add another win to his resume here at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. Out of turn number 4, the white flag is in the air for Tony Stewart. Here he comes to the start-finish line, and the yellow flag is out. Unbelievable! What? The caution is out.
What?
Now, green flag is getting ready to be unfurled, and we are back racing. 2 laps to go. They're already 3 wide. Passes on finish line. Derek from Rice Group Garage down to the bottom of the racetrack, side by side with Walker.
Walker trying to play a massive amount of defense there. Now they're going 3 wide through the corner. Walker's getting advantage on Stewart.
Zach Walker wheel to wheel down the back straightaway with a 3-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Walker to the inside. Stewart's going to have the preferred line on the outside. They touch. Middle of the corner.
Oh, he's going to save it. He saved it.
Walker getting sideways, but here they come. Out of turn number 4. The white flag is in the air here at RRP.
And they're going door handle around. It is corner number 1 and into corner number 2. Stewart has a fight on his hands. And there goes Walker trying to spin the car around sideways.
Not a single fan here in their seats. They are on their feet. Drag race down the backstretch. Zach Walker on the inside. Tony Stewart to the outside. Here they come. He's going to spin it. They touch. Stewart to the wall. Stewart to the wall. It's Zach Walker coming off of turn number 4. And it's going to be the 18 of Zach Walker. He wins the Indy 800. Presented by Heatwave Visual. He wrecked Tony Stewart.
That is absolutely unbelievable. The lights have gone out around the racetrack. The fireworks are about to go off, and for Zach Walker, the biggest moment this guy has had, may ever have in a race car.
Oh, folks, Tony Stewart has driven away from the accident scene, and he has got to be fired up under the helmet, and Tony Stewart, unfortunately,